The next day, a wagon arrived from London with the stranger's baggage. As he said, it was a rather large shipment, and he was there, wrapped totally in cloth from head to toe.
Be careful with that. It's very fragile.
I've been loading and unloading dairies for almost 30 years. I ain't dropped nothing yet.
Oh, do be careful, Mr. Fearenside.
Everyone knows my business better than I do. Here now, don't you start in. Quiet, Luke, quiet!
Suddenly, the dog leapt at the stranger, fastening his teeth into his leg.
Luke, down!
With a snarl, the stranger kicked the dog away. But the beast had shredded his trouser leg. He stared at it for a moment, and then rushed for the inn.
Now look what you done, Luke, you stupid mutt, you!
Mr. Fearenside, your dog has attacked my guest.
I'm real sorry about that, ma'am.
Well, if he leaves, then I can't blame him if he does. I shall hold you responsible, Mr. Fearenside, just to see if I don't.
Now just look at the trouble you've got us in, Luke. Strange thing about that fella you bit, you ripped his clothes proper. Damn if I could see his leg. It was like there's nothing there at all. Damn peculiar if you ask me.
In a town as small as Ipping, anything out of the ordinary was greeted with great speculation. And Mrs. Hall's guest was definitely out of the ordinary.
The whole affair's pretty strange, if you ask me.
Why's he go around all wrapped up in them bandages for? Got something to hide, if you ask me.
Oh, don't be a fool. Is that some kind of accident with his experiments? Disfigured himself, that's what he's done.
He tell you that?
Well, of course he did. Don't you think I know me own borders? Well, actually, he said he was an experimental investigator. Obviously, one of the experiments he was investigating got the better of him.
There's something else about him. He's black.
Black?
Leastwise his legs are. I see through the tear in his trousers. Now you'd expect a sort of pinky to show, wouldn't you? Well, there weren't none. Just blackness. I tell you, he's as black as my hat.
Oh, come on, Fearenside. His nose is as pink as paint.
It's true. And I tell you what I'm thinking. That man's a piebald. Black here and white there in patches. And he's ashamed of it. He's a kind of half-breed, and the colours come off patchy instead of mixing. I've heard of such things before. That's a common way with horses, anybody can tell you.
Fancy that. The likes of him, in Ippin.
If you ask me, he's one of them criminals you hear tell about up in London town. All of them experiment bottles and bandages and such is just a disguise. Mark my words.
Oh, Mr. Gould, is that those bottles and beakers from sun-up till sundown? Nobody's that good a play actor. Poor man. I heard him raging up there just the other day. Something about how he couldn't go on. It might take the rest of his life.
Piebald, crook, whatever. He sure wonder.
He certainly is that, Annie. He certainly is that.
I'm in.
Finally, the stories of the stranger reached the ears of the local doctor, a man named Koos. The size of the stranger's laboratory intrigued him, and he finally set out to meet the man himself.
Oh, I'm not sure this is at all proper, Dr. Koos.
Come now, Mrs. Hall. I'm merely paying a professional courtesy call. One scientist to another, so to speak. Besides, who knows what he's doing with all those chemicals? There might be some danger.
Danger?
Well, judging from his appearance, he isn't the most careful of experimenters.
He's in the front room, top of the stairs.
Thank you, Mrs. Hall.
Enter.
Good day, sir. I'm Dr. James Koos, the physician here in Ipping. I've been given to understand that you're engaged in some research, and I thought I would offer my professional assistance.
Thank you, Doctor, but I don't believe that will be necessary now. If you will excuse me.
My, but you do have a lot of equipment here.
It's for my research.
I take it it's a long research.
Damnably long, Doctor.
Is it of a medical nature?
Blast you. What are you fishing for?
Oh, I beg your pardon. I was merely...
What the hell are you staring at?
Your hand, There's nothing there. How the devil can you move an empty sleeve like that?
Is the sleeve empty?
Don't play games with me.